We are at 26 2nd Avenue and doing a Bhagavatam Bites reading from the Bhagavatam by Srila Prabhupada in the place where it all began.
It's so hot.
And
we got the door open.
We're going to put in the chat below a link so that you can help out, if you like, with the renovation
it's
of
already in the
26 2nd
description.
Avenue. So perfect. So please, if everyone just gives a little something, even if you give like $5 or $10, every little bit helps and helps us to achieve our goals. Many hands makes light work. A little from a lot, as we used to say. Okay.
Canto 4, chapter 24, text 14.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Text 14. When all these prachetas were ordered by their father to marry and beget children, they all entered the ocean and practiced austerities and penances for 10,000 years. Thus they worshipped the master of all austerity, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sometimes great sages and ascetics enter the Himalaya mountains in order to find seclusion from the turmoil of the world. It appears, however, that all the prachetas, the sons of Prachinabhavi, entered the depths of the ocean to perform austerity in a secluded place. Since they performed austerities for 10,000 years, this incident took place in the Satya Yuga, when people used to live for 100,000 years. It is also significant that by the austerity, they worship the master of austerity, Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If one wants to perform austerities and penances in order to attain the supreme goal, one must attain the favor of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If one achieves the favor of the Supreme Lord, it is to be understood that he has finished all kinds of austerities and penances and has attained efficiency in their execution. On the other hand, if one does not attain the perfect stage of devotional service, all austerities and penances actually have no meaning, for without the Supreme Lord, no one can attain the highest results derived from performing them.
As stated in
Now, I was just reading the bit before because I got distracted. So I just read it and I didn't take it in. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 5.29, Lord Krishna is the master of all penances and sacrifices. Bhaktaram yagya tapasam sarva loka maheshwaram. Thus, the desired result of performing austerities may be derived from Lord Krishna. And that's your thing. All right. I like this point that was made in the beginning. The master of all austerity, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I don't know why it stood out. Krishna is the master of all austerity. Now, and also what stood out to me was that austerity will only mean something if it's in relation to the Supreme Lord. That's what I'm getting from here. That we have to, I'm doing this because I want to attain the Supreme Lord, or I'm doing this because I've been empowered, or I want to please the Supreme Lord, like that. There's a connection. I think we have mentioned this before, that when you first come to this, specifically this path, because I don't have any experience of any other path, that when you get into it, sometimes when people are new, they become really austere. And it's interesting. Well, it's interesting now that you can see it from further down the road a bit. Not advanced, but just further down the road. And it doesn't work if that austerity is just for the sake of it. You know how early I wake up and chant my rounds. I read this much. Because then there becomes almost a crankiness or like a judgment or a criticalness. Whereas when people really connect Krishna to the austerities or the sadhana bhakti or the path, like keeping Krishna in the center, which sounds obvious, but he is generally the first one to fly out the window, then yeah, no, it's true. Then there's a different nature, different personality evolving. It's interesting when we keep that. I was just thinking that actually in relation to teamwork and working with other devotees and that, it's interesting. If you focus on the personalities and natures, you can go crazy. And if you focus, okay, I may not choose to be sitting in this room with all these people or on this project, but why am I? Oh yeah, that's the end goal, this project, or achieve this or do this, then it works. Does that make sense?
It did not, because you said so much about how it has to be aimed towards Krishna, and your final statement was this project or this
in relation to Krishna.
Well, that needed to be stated. So
I just
because everyone, lots of people in the world are coming together for a project or a mission or a kind of an accomplishment, right? And
and it can also be applied to that. It can also be applied to that. So when you're at work or like whatever, it's like if you get hung up on the person sitting next to you, or that one's on the team, oh my god, that one, then you're the one that's just gonna get hung up. But if you actually think, yeah, but why are we all here anyway? What's the goal? So okay, it might be a project in terms of building a new temple, doing something for the festivals, whatever, or it might be something at work, putting some report together. The point is, if you lose sight of the end goal and you just focus on the little minor things, you lose out. That's my point.
Yeah, again, it seemed like you kind of went off that point that you stressed on in the beginning, which I get it, because it's the same. If instead of getting caught up in the nitty gritty, you look at the higher point, right?
Yeah, the reason why you're there, why you come.
But ultimately at work, if somehow you're not able to connect it to Krishna then it's all, as Bhagavatam says, so much useless labor. The point is we have to, and you can do that at work, you can connect it to Krishna.
Yeah.
But the point being that, it's, that's the ultimate thing, we connect it to Krishna, I guess. I just got the signal to shut up and read. Okay, so in Srimad Bhagavatam 3:33-7, it is stated, Aho bata swapacho togariyan yaj jivagre vartate namatubhyam tepus tapas te juhuvu shashnor arya brahmanuchor namagrinanti yete. Bataswa pachoto gorayan yajjagre vartate namatubhyam tepus
tapaste
tepus tapaste juhuvu sheshnor arya brahmanuchor namagrinanti yete.
That one's long.
I tell you, it's long. Even if a person is born in a family of chandalas, the lowest birth one can get in human society, he is glorious if he chants the holy names of the Lord. For it is to be understood that by such chanting a devotee definitely proves that he underwent all kinds of austerities in his previous life. By the grace of Lord Chaitanya, one who chants the Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, attains the highest perfectional stage which had previously been attained by people who entered the ocean and executed austerities for 10,000 years. In this age of Kali, if a person does not take advantage of chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, which is offered as a great concession to the fallen human beings of this age, it is to be understood that he is very much bewildered by the illusory energy of the Lord. Okay, very interesting. So if a person does not take advantage of this chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra, which is a concession in Kali Yuga for all us fallen human beings, he is very much bewildered by the illusory energy of the Lord. Well, yeah, no kidding. So, yeah, the point being here in this, that even a chandala, which is the lowest type of human birth you can get, which is often described as a dog eater, someone whose life is such that they actually eat dog flesh, which is, anyway, so like that, is to be understood that just simply by chanting, and how merciful is Lord Chaitanya, whose appearance day is coming up very soon. In fact, when you're watching this, it will be about 1 week before Gaur Purnima. So, yeah, it's very merciful. And I was discussing this morning, actually, in the Just the Thought section around Think Japa, that just imagine if, this chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is the method by which I can attain spiritual revelation and realization and actually become delivered back to my eternal spiritual form. Just imagine if that is actually true. So whether you try to imagine it, or whether you know it, or whether you have direct realization, that's the case, just chant Hare Krishna, and also chant so other people can hear it and also have the opportunity to chant. Anyway, just a thought. Yeah.
Text 15. When all the sons of Prachina Bahi left home to execute austerities, they met Lord Shiva, who out of great mercy instructed them about the absolute truth. All the sons of Prachina Bahi meditated upon the instructions, chanting and worshipping them with great care and attention. Purport. It is clear that to perform austerities or penances, or for that matter any form of devotional service, one has to be guided by a spiritual master. Here it is clearly stated that the 10 sons of Maharaj Prachina Bahi were favoured by the appearance of Lord Shiva, who out of great kindness gave them instructions regarding the execution of austerities. Lord Shiva actually became the spiritual master of the 10 sons, and in turn his disciples took his words so seriously that simply by meditating upon his instructions, yanta, they became perfect. This is the secret of success. After being initiated and receiving the orders of the spiritual master, the disciple should, oh my goodness, unhesitatingly think about the instructions or orders of the spiritual master, and should not allow himself to be disturbed by anyone else.
Anything else.
Oh.
Which includes anyone, but...
This is also the verdict of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, who, while explaining the verse of Bhagavad Gita beginning, Vaya Vasayapika Buddhe Ekeha Guru Nandana, Bhagavad Gita. I just said it, right?
Sa-tma Vyavasayat Mika.
I just said that.
How is it?
Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur points out that the order of the spiritual master is a life substance of the disciple. The disciple should not consider whether he is going back home, back to Godhead. Oh God. His first business should be to execute the order of his spiritual master. Oh my Lord. Thus the disciple should always meditate on the order of the spiritual master, and that is perfectional meditation. Not only should he meditate upon that order, but he should find out the means by which he can perfectly worship and execute it. Wow, isn't that lovely? So interesting. Today I was, before we come here, we're at the morning program at the Bhakti Center, and on Wednesdays, which is the day we're recording this, I do the worship and dressing of the little, well, I call them little people, the chotas, Radha Mulida, the smaller version, and Lord Nishingadev. And I was sitting there, because before you even get to worshipping the deities, you worship the spiritual master and the Prabhupada and Lord Chaitanya. So when I was worshipping my guru, you have to do prayers and just, other stuff. I was actually realizing, wow, he's on an aeroplane right now because he's left the UK today to come here to the US, and it just, I was very present to that he's on an aeroplane right now going back in time, because we're back 5 hours from the UK, and he'll be here soon, and he won't be in New York straight away, but he will be in this country soon. And it was like quite a thing to think that he'll be in the same country, and currently he's on an aeroplane, and I was really meditating on that. So yeah, it's just nice to hear about the spiritual master and following the instructions and putting him in the forefront, and reminding ourselves that he's not just a status symbol or something to gratify our senses, but it's actually a really deep thing, especially if you take an initiation, because really on his part, he's, if you think about it, they're like taking away all your karma, and then they've agreed to keep coming back to this material world till you get your act together and go back to the spiritual world. That's quite deep. So I guess if you can do something, you should.
Yeah, we'll just speak of making a lifelong commitment. He's made a multiple lifelong commitment.
Yeah. No money back. There's no money back in being taken a disciple. If you know what I mean. You can't say, I can have my money back on this one. You just got to keep going. Can't say to Krishna, I've had enough. Well, I guess you could, but...
Yeah, it's very, very, very valuable and important, understanding the brilliant opportunity and the immense responsibility of getting an order from the spiritual master. Means you have to make an effort. Makes me feel like I need to make more of an effort.
Yes,
that's what I'm feeling.
We do. But also, some people might say, well, I never got an order from my spiritual master. He never said anything to me. But as we can see behind us, Srila Prabhupada, the order of Srila Prabhupada is there for everyone. He is our founder Acharya, and we have to follow his instructions, which is to study this philosophy, preach this philosophy, distribute the books, give Krishna consciousness to others. You can perfect your life in that way. You don't have to chase your guru for, I didn't get a personal instruction. You didn't tell me to do anything. He did, actually, because he's following Prabhupada, and you follow him who's following Prabhupada.
Well, we all have the order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what is it? Yada Deki Tadakaha, Krishna Upadesh, that we should all spread the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, spread the mission of chanting of the holy name to every town and village. So we all got a mission. We all have an order. Okay, I think we'll conclude there. Thank you all very much. Please remember, help out, make a little sponsorship or donation to assist this wonderful project here. And remember to like,
comment,
subscribe.
share.
Haribol!